Yes, sir.
But you got your marijuana. You took care of that.
I was on man.
But you took care of the marijuana without my approval, right?
Yes.
You took care of that.
Two cases are now called 21-37169 and 37728. The state of Texas versus Raheem Jamal Prevost. That's you
Yes, sir.
with Mr. Kimber, your attorney, and the state's attorney. Does the defendant waive formal readings of these motions to revoke probation? Can we proceed in summary?
He does, my man.
And we'll put this, we'll take these up together. Raise your right hand, sir. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any statement you make during these hearings will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Lower your knee. In summary, these motions to revoke probation similarly allege that on October 24th, 2022, in this court, you were placed on 10 years deferred or unadjudicated probation for aggravated assault causing serious bodily injury in 37169 and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, a second degree felony in cause number 37728. Are those statements all true and correct the court has made?
Yes, sir.
You've been on probation now for over 3 years.
Yes.
One states you failed to provide verification of performing the community service hours as required and directed by the court in violation of condition 17 of your deferred or unadjudicated probation order in each case. Is that true or untrue?
True.
2, you failed to provide in each case, you failed to provide verification and participate in an education program for GED assistance in violation of condition 20 of your deferred probation order in each case. Is that true or untrue?
True.
I think that's true with an explanation of my dad. That's the college. So.
Yes.
4, well, yeah, you've got 3 is failing to pay fees. One's $91 in arrears, the other's $15 in arrears. I'm not going to revoke somebody for second degree felonies for that.
Yes, sir.
But you have to pay what you were able to pay timely on your probation fees, so you understand.
Yes, sir. I will.
4, in each motion to revoke probation states you fail to have a GPS monitoring system installed until further, it says ordered, until further ordered by the court, and pay all fees. And that you failed to do in violation of special amendment in May 21st of 2025 to your probation office and as part of your probation order that was modified. How is that working now? Do you have such a thing? Did you ever get a GPS monitoring system?
No, sir. At the time, my knee cap came out of place, and I had an appointment with the bone and joint. I can get the paperwork for the course, but I wasn't able to leave the house or walk. I even went to probation and quit the probation officer.
When were you put in custody here? That while we are here, the reason that you're in custody, when did you get put into custody?
19.
November
19th.
November 19th.
Yes, sir.
And these were motions that were filed on August 25th. Okay. What took so long? Almost 3 months after we filed the motion to get it processed. Is that unusual?
He wanted to talk to you, Your Honor. He didn't want to be continued on probation under the stipulations the probation department recommended. We wanted him to have a GPS device, be placed on a high medium risk caseload, and he had to surrender his driver's license because he provided the probation department with paperwork from the Texas Compassionate Use Registry Program, where he can basically use marijuana legally. And that's his Achilles heel. It's marijuana. He's tested positive on 2 separate occasions.
But that's not alleged in here. Yeah, I've got two other things. He says he failed this GPS monitoring system is number 4,
Number 8,
and then number 5. Am I missing something?
Number 8.
Number 8.
You've got a first. There's a first amendment.
That was part of the delay to moving it to today, Judge.
Take your look.
I know.
I don't have it. I don't have it.
I didn't attach, I did not attach an order. That's why there's not an order with it.
I'm reprint. I know we got it Monday, I'll bring it in.
Okay, hold on. There's an amended. See, what we did was just waste 5 minutes of our life we'll never have back. We're gonna have to start over because I'm working off a motion to revoke unadjudicated probation that was in each case that was dated on August 25th. I didn't know there was a new motion, amended motion. We got to work from that. I don't have a copy of it in these files. So stand by. Is there one for each file?
Yes, sir, I'm gonna print the other one. Didn't print.
Yeah. Oh. Sorry, but we're gonna have to start all over. There are first amended motions to revoke unadjudicated probation that I've just been given that were filed on November 26th, 2025. Is the defense ready to move forward on
Ready.
these?
We're ready.
Okay, you waive any additional time you might have under the law there?
Whoever 10 days.
All right, and once again, you are still under oath, sir, on this.
Yes, sir.
And again, in summary, these motions allege that on October 24th of 2022, over 3 years ago, you were placed on 10 years deferred or unadjudicated probation for aggravated assault causing serious bodily injury in 37169 and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon in cause number 21-37728. Is all of that true and correct?
Yes, sir.
Once again, you have pleaded true to allegations 1 and 2 already, and I'm going to ask, do you continue to plead true to the allegations in the first amended motions to revoke probation in 1 and 2, which state on 1, you failed to provide verification of performing community service hours as required, and 2, failed to provide verification of participating in an education program for GED assistance? Are all of those allegations true and correct?
Yes, sir.
4, you failed to have a GPS monitoring system installed until further orders of the court and pay all fees in violation of that amendment that was filed on May 21st of this year. Is that allegation of violation true?
True with an explanation.
Is it true?
Yes, sir.
I'll give you a chance to explain that later.
Thank you, sir.
5, you failed to surrender your Texas driver's license to the court on behalf of the probation office at the time of the judicial review, which was in violation of the administrative hearing held on May 14th, 2025. Is that true?
True, with explanation.
Allegation 6 states you failed to enroll in and complete online the 12-hour drug education course through Court Solutions, which was required of you and in violation of administrative hearing held on May 14th of 2025. Is that true or untrue?
Untrue.
7, you failed to never commit an offense against the laws of this state by committing the offense of public intoxication on or about April 14th, 2025, in Jefferson County, Texas, Port Arthur, Texas, in violation of condition 1 of your probation order. Is that true or untrue?
Untrue.
8, you failed to never use or possess a drug as you tested positive for marijuana tetrahydrocannabinol on April 17th, 2025, in violation of your probation order. Is that true or untrue?
True.
And 9, you failed to not become intoxicated or be under the influence of any intoxicating substance by being arrested for public intoxication on April 17th, 2025. I guess that's where you were using the marijuana. Is that true or untrue?
Yep.
Sir?
Untrue.
Are you pleading true to allegations 1, 2, 4, 5, and 8 of this first amended motion to revoke unadjudicated probation? In each of these 2 cases, are you pleading true voluntarily, knowingly, intelligently, and because those allegations are true?
Yes, sir.
You understand 1 or more violations of probation, which are proven true by a preponderance of the evidence or greater, and be enough to grant these motions to revoke probation. The probations can be revoked, and you can be found guilty and sentenced in each of these second-degree felonies to no less than 2, no more than 20 years confined in prison.
Yes, sir.
Understanding and knowing that, do you insist on pleading true today?
Yes, sir.
I find you pleading true voluntarily. You understand and appreciate the consequences of pleading true. All right, what's this thing? I'm more curious about, what do you want to do about the allegations where the defendant has not entered pleas of truth?
I'm gonna offer some testimony from Mr. Champ.
Go ahead. Raise your right hand, sir. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you are about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you.
Your Honor, can we also swear in the defendant? He's already made, I may be mistaken. He may have done that before he entered his pleas of
I did.
truth. Okay. Go ahead and state your name for the record.
Joe Chang,
And what do you do for a living, sir?
probation officer.
And how long have you been working for, well, I'm assuming, where do you work?
I work for the Community Supervision Department,
Here.
probation officer in Jefferson County.
And done that for how long now?
Right at 30 years.
And are you familiar with the defendant that's standing to your left, sir?
Yes, I am.
And is that Mr. Raheem Jamal Prevost?
Yes, that's him.
And is, may the record reflect he's identified the defendant, Judge?
Yes, it will.
All right, so when did you become familiar with Raheem Prevost?
Well, when he first reported to me for his initial office visit, I went over the conditions of his court order with him. explained the office rules to him. And I asked him if he had any questions for me as it pertains to the conditions of his court order and the office rules. And he said at that time he fully understood what was going to be expected of him during the next 10 years while on probation status.
So that was from the onset back after he pled guilty to this in October of 2022?
That's correct.
So you've been the only probation officer he's dealt with, correct?
Only one.
All right. So in general, how has he done as far as probation supervision is concerned?
He reported monthly as scheduled. In the beginning, his demeanor was, I was excited that I thought he understood what he was up against. But as time went on, I noticed how his attitude started to change. For example, he tested positive for marijuana the first time on January 9th, 2023. So I placed him in outpatient treatment and he did great. He completed that program May 2nd, 2023. So I thought I had him back on the right track.
So there was a problem, you identified it, you took the right steps to deal with it.
Right.
What's happened since that May 23?
Well, after he completed that program, April 17th, 2025, he tested positive again.
That's the item in count 8 that he's pled true to, right?
Correct.
And that was a drug test that was done at the department, or?
Yes, at the probation department.
And did y'all have a conversation about that positive drug test?
We did, and I told him as a result of that positive drug test, he would be scheduled for an administrative hearing.
Is that what followed up on May 14th?
That's correct.
All right. So before we get there, did he made admissions about using marijuana?
Yes, he did.
Did he make any statements then about what later comes along with this compassionate use?
No.
Did he ever tell you that he was seeking to try to legally use marijuana?
No.
Did he ever say that he had medical reasons as to why he should be allowed to do that?
None of that was ever discussed.
None of that occurs whenever he tests positive back on April 17th.
No, sir.
All right, so we roll forward to May 14th is the next time, right?
Right.
Tell the judge what happens on May 14th of 2025.
We're doing the administrative hearing with myself and my supervisor, Heather McGalligan. The allegations was read to Mr. Prevost and was given.
Yeah, which specific accusations are told of him?
Well, testing positive for marijuana.
All right, so that would be the April 17th, correct?
Correct.
Did y'all also address at that stage this accusation about the public intoxication and never becoming intoxicated?
Yes, we did.
All right. Did he make admissions that he was actually arrested for the charge of public intoxication?
Yes, sir, he did.
Tell the court what was stated as far as that is concerned.
Well, he took accountability for his actions.
So he admitted to it then.
He admitted to it.
And today he's not, but then he was. He admitted he was arrested. Did he admit that he was intoxicated?
He said he was. He said he got into it to quote him verbatim, with his girl. And one thing just led to another, but he did take accountability at that time.
Accountability meaning so when we talk about intoxication, was he on alcohol or was he on controlled substances?
I can't assume. All I can say is that he tested positive for marijuana.
So was it after the positive test comes out that he makes these admissions?
Yes.
Okay. And he says he was arrested by, I think that was Port Arthur, wasn't it?
Right. And in the offense report from the Port Arthur Police Department,
I'm not going to get to that as violating his right to cross-examine and be in hearsay from the offense report.
All
right. So this.
Hold on.
Yes.
What were you talking about?
the officers said he smelled a strong odor of alcohol.
Well, that's what I was objecting to.
Okay.
Okay.
But why was that important to you?
Because he's not supposed to consume alcoholic beverages while on
Oh.
probation at any time and in any form.
All right, so in this hearing setting where we were, did you and the supervising the person hearing the administrative hearing,
Right.
that's Ms. McGowan, did y'all confront him with these statements?
Yes, we did.
What was his response? Not necessarily what the officer said, but what was his response about it?
He took accountability for his actions.
Which,
He did say that
yes,
he was under the influence that night.
all right. So when he was confronted with the police officer's report and what it contained, he made admissions to you and another individual that he was intoxicated, that he knew he was in violation of his rules, correct?
Correct.
All there in Port Arthur, all on April 14th of 2025. He admitted that he became intoxicated at the point that he was arrested, correct?
Correct.
Am I also correct that in resolving this case, he posted a bond which was applied as his fees and fine for the offense? Yes or no?
Yes, yes,
Okay. And he told you about the bond amount and all that, correct?
correct.
So he's made an admission in a separate court about the offense as far as that's concerned as well.
Yes,
All right, so let's deal with the other accusation he's pled not true to. This is from that May 14th, 2025 administrative hearing. He was told to go and do a 12-hour class. Tell the court about that.
he actually completed that, Your Honor. He provided me with the,
We'll abandon count
Certificate of
6,
completion.
Judge.
Okay.
All right, so we go from May 14th to May 21st. This is a separate or that's the amendment that follows, correct?
correct.
So you were telling me that during the middle of this hearing, I think, can you tell me, was it the hearing on May 14th, the administrative hearing?
May 14th. The other date, I think, was,
That may have been when an amendment was signed.
and it's also an office visit.
Okay, was it?
It
Right.
was.
All right, so when does this compassionate use issue come up?
He provided the probation department with this, and it was dated May 15th, 2025, and it's good for 1 year. It's to expire May 15th, 2026.
All right, so it sounds like he has a hearing. Well, it doesn't sound like he has a hearing with you all on May 14th. And the next day he obtains a medical excuse to be able to use marijuana.
Correct.
And he presents this to you all, is that on the office visit on May 21st?
Right.
Did he seek the office's permission to do that, or did he just do this on his own?
He took that upon himself.
And never in the time frame from October 24th to 22nd, 2022, did he tell you that he thought that he had some medical conditions that needed to be addressed with something? Were you aware of a medical condition?
The defendant never shared that information with him.
Did he ever tell you he was trying to use this compassionate use deal? Did he ever tell you that?
No, I was completely oblivious to it.
So what was the department's reaction to receiving this?
Well, once we received this document, that pretty much held everything up because he wanted to meet with Judge Stevens to discuss the situation. We wanted to place him on a high medium risk caseload,
Thank you.
have a GPS device installed, and we were also going
And
to
surrender the driver's license, right?
and surrender the driver's license. At the time, he said he didn't have his driver's license on his person.
So he didn't want to do those things.
No, he refused.
So even though he's pled true, his explanation is he told you all that he wanted to address those issues with the court, right?
That was his choice, and that's what he said he wanted to do.
And that's why the first administrative hearing went through, and then we had to do the follow-up for the additional matters, correct?
Correct.
Because he didn't do what the department asked,
Right.
right? And so that's where he stands today. Yes?
Yes.
And just think. Go back to what time was that offense? When was he out?
It was at 10:40 p.m.
Is that in violation of his curfew?
Yes.
Right. So this accusation that is a part of count 7 and 9 in this motion was in addition to that, the time frame in which he was actually supposed to be in at home, correct?
Correct.
All right. So as to the conditions that we're dealing with, Judge, I'm going to pass. I still want to, at some point in time, have Mr. Champ tell the court what his opinion is as to resolution, but I'll leave that for now.
Your procedure.
Go ahead.
Mr. Champ, regarding the GED, have you been provided documentation that Mr. Prevost was attending, I think, Lamar University Port Arthur?
I received something after the fact.
What is it your understanding? What's your understanding about his educational endeavors at Lamar University Port Arthur?
I just received.
Oh, you don't know? Okay.
Yeah. But the point is, and not to cut you off,
No,
from day one, I explained to him what he needed to do. He's been on probation for 3 years. Not to jump the gun, he hasn't performed any community service hours. When confronted with that question, his reply was, community service doesn't pay me. And he said that in front of my supervisor, and it kind of rubbed her the wrong way, rightfully so. We've tried working diligently, at least I have.
let me just stop you there. What's your, just to clear up, because I was just asking about the GED.
Okay.
What do you want to do? Let's just cut to the chase. What's your recommendation?
Well, the recommendation initially was to have him placed on a high, medium risk caseload where he can be more closely monitored, have a GPS device installed, and see how you do from there.
So that's your recommendation?
Well, now my recommendation would be, I just don't see where he's taking probation serious enough for us to even want to continue to work with.
So in a correct and understanding, I guess what the recommendation might implicate as far as a sanction with Mr. Prevost, it could be something short of actual revocation, but perhaps some upfront time to gain his attention, to reset his mind in an appropriate manner so he would comply with the terms of probation, that we may be short of actually revoking, but maybe assessing some upfront jail time. Is that correct?
I wouldn't be opposed to that.
So something short of revocation.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to that.
That's what I think he may have already addressed Mr. Hand.
Yeah, he did. I've asked my questions. I object to Rife asking my questions.
Yeah, I'd call Mr. Prevost, let him address the board.
Anything else from the state?
Not from this witness, Judge.
What else do you have?
That's it.
Oh,
Stay rest.
Okay.
Sorry, Judge.
Go ahead.
Forgot.
Mr. Prevost, you've heard the state's case, which the officer said. What do you have to say to the court response?
I'm just trying to make it to school. I know that I did sign and I did agree to the terms. I don't know where the paperwork went wrong, where I had to come see me. I did not want to come see me. I did want to follow all the rules. I'm just trying to go to school Monday. I'm running out of town. I'm focusing on drafting and design. So I've been in school since August 26th. Haven't missed a day of school. One child been incarcerated. Trying to take care of my family. I have custody of my son. My dad got a lot of responsibilities right now. I mean, if the compensation act is not going, I mean, I don't eat marijuana, you know, but it does help me. I've been stabbed in 2022. I died twice on the table. I've been through a lot. Not do smoke marijuana to help me, but it comes through a courier. It's a company that actually brings it.
Who?
Flora.
How do you do that?
Legally, Your Honor.
How's that? Legally?
You order
That's through the medical.
Texas medical marijuana doctors.
When did I allow that?
You didn't.
When did I allow that?
You haven't, Judge. You don't allow
Yeah.
that.
Explain that.
I'm just saying, I don't think it violates the law. It violates the condition of probation, but
You think?
I think he's in violation of controlled substances.
I don't need to,
That was the minimum.
Wait, what did you just say?
He said he doesn't need
I
it.
need it.
You don't need it, but you'd get it anyway.
I, yes, sir.
I think he was
Illegally.
not illegally.
I'm sorry, where
Well,
did that,
it violates his conditions of probation.
isn't that
Yes.
illegal?
Well, it's not a penal violation of the penal laws, right? That's when I say illegal.
I'm sorry, is it enough to revoke his
Yes,
probation,
yes, absolutely.
find him guilty and sentence him to 20 years in prison?
Yes, I agree with you.
I find that to be serious.
Yes.
I find that tantamount to criminality.
Yes, sir.
Because you made a promise under oath that you would follow the conditions and of probation.
Yes.
And using drugs, controlled substances without my permission is off the chart.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for making my decisions for me, but you're not the one really who's supposed to be supervising your probation. I am.
Yes, sir.
And this is one, you've pleaded true to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 violations. Only taking one.
Yes, sir.
And this is disappointment because I thought this was corrected, but failure is just not an option. When the probation officer asks you to do things that are required of you through the court's orders, then you take them up in another way. You ignore or defy. You follow. He's acting as an arm of the court. And we're too proud of our success rate of probation. We're not going to change the way we're doing things because we're consistently effective in the best interest of the probationers. But here, this flirting with drugs without my approval is disallowed. All right, what else?
I think Mr. Ham might have wanted to ask some questions, Your I don't want to cut him off across the board.
Mr. Prevost, have you done any community service hours?
No, sir.
You heard what Mr.
You've been on probation for how long?
3 years.
No, it's, I'm sorry. It's, yeah, it's over 3 years. Yeah, we're,
Yes, sir.
so that's 37 months have gone by and not 1 hour of community service. I notice that's important. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, sir.
But you got your marijuana. You took care of that.
I was on man.
But you took care of the marijuana without my approval, right?
Yes,
You took care of that. But these other things are important.
Did you say to Miss McGallion and to this officer here that you didn't do community service because you weren't getting paid?
yes,
Remember the statement Mr. Champ made under oath a few minutes ago?
yes, sir.
You never said
lie
that.
to me under oath? When he said that,
Sir.
did he just lie to me?
I don't think he would not tell you, sir.
I don't think he would either.
So what did you say that he maybe misconstrued?
It was, we had an aggravated conversation, me and him. He knows my father. I had to talk to him about him saying, not treating me like a client. I just feel like it was unprofessional, so we had a hearing with him, and we both had a few words, but I don't remember saying it, sir.
There's nothing you said that could have gotten misconstrued about community service. Because his statement under oath was that you said, I'm not going to do that. I'm not getting paid. I don't get paid for community service.
I'm not gonna lie.
You don't remember. All right. So do you have a GED?
No, sir, but
Do you have a high school equivalent?
yes, sir. I have all my credits. I took the TSI and I'm in college. I have every credit.
When did you do that?
the month of August. That's how I got into school
August of
I
what?
think we may have told that.
this year. This is my first year in school.
All right, so instead of getting the GED, you went through some other fashion to get an equivalent where you could get into the program you're at?
Yeah,
Okay.
the TSI test.
And
What
did you tell this probation officer that you were gonna do that?
Yes.
Because you were on probation for 3 years with the responsibility to do that, but you didn't think to let them know ahead of time, hey, I'm gonna choose to go this route?
I should plan on getting a GED. I just did that for my family because I was tired of being a scavenger, so I wanted to draft and devise. It was more of a,
So what is it that you did if it's not a GED? What is it?
I'm trying to build me a career.
Now, what did you take that allowed you to get into a college?
TSI test, sir.
What is a TSI test?
Placement test to get into school.
All right.
It's Texas, it's what,
So is what this officer said true? That you didn't want a GPS device and you didn't want to surrender your driver's license?
I told her I couldn't afford it. I actually came and had a meeting with Rice around the time and told him why I couldn't. I was in a full ed case. He knows about
Do
it.
you have a driver's license?
No, sir.
How do you get around?
I've been Ubering back and forth to class.
Uber?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever had a valid driver's license?
Yes, sir.
When did you have a valid driver's license?
Since I was 15, I had a permit, then I had a license.
So why is it that you don't have one now?
Take care of some fees and surcharges.
So it's just suspended for a time frame?
Yes, sir. I can take care.
And you don't actually have the license. You're saying even though it's suspended, you just took your license, threw it away?
just to be, it's probably invalid, not suspended.
Correct. So do you have like, I can pull out my driver's license. Do you have yours?
No, I just
Carry mine with me all the time. Most people do.
had to surrender it.
You don't have yours.
No, this is state I do.
Why didn't you tell the man that whenever they asked you to surrender
I
it?
did too. Who knows?
You see his reaction? He's reacting like you've never said that before. All right.
I'm sorry, what? What did you just say?
I did tell too.
All right. So let's go on to the next
Do you have
thing.
any reason? Can you tell me any reason why Mr. Champ would tell a false statement to me about that or to lie to me? Do you have any reason to suggest why?
I'm not saying it's nice, sir.
No, well, you've got it. He's saying different. He claims different. Can you explain that?
When I was signing the papers for the papers for the GPS and everything, I told him that I don't have a driver's license. But I continue to sign paperwork.
All right. Let's go to April 14th to 2025. Were you in Port Arthur?
Yes, sir.
Were you arrested for the offense of public intoxication?
Yes, sir.
Was it after your curfew hours?
Yes.
Did you admit to being intoxicated for those items when you saw, again, this same officer that's testified to the court at that administrative hearing that Ms. McGallion was at? Did you admit to those things?
Yes.
And is
What
it
did
true?
you- I'm a little foggy.
To
What
be
did you
clear,
admit to taking that caused you to be inebriated? Of what?
were you also under the influence of alcohol?
No, sir. I even asked for the citizen of county. I was just not.
All right, so, but you admit you were intoxicated under marijuana? Yes or no?
Yes.
From April 14th of 2025. And the information I told the court about you paying a bond and that it being applied as your fine and your fee for that offense, all that is true too, correct?
Yes, sir.
So why today did you plead not true to these two items that are obviously true?
I'll have to take responsibility for that. I was under the impression that he was charged with that he hadn't been convicted.
Do you agree with that, sir?
He convicted, have you reconvicted of public intoxication?
Disorderly conduct.
With disorderly conduct?
Yes.
Okay.
I was at home, but. I was right.
He says it was at home.
Wait. Another crime? He's committed another crime?
He's saying instead of the public intoxication that they charged him with disorderly conduct, Judge.
What was he disorderly? What What constitutes disorderly conduct?
That's the nature of that DOCPI is.
I know, what's the element that
Yeah.
caused the disorder? What did you do?
It's another way to charge
Arguing.
at a class C.
Arguing with my girlfriend.
Great.
At home.
That's nice.
I don't have any other questions of this defendant, Judge.
That's nice on my watch. Public spectacle out of yourself.
I don't have any reader.
All right. Anything else?
Not of this defendant, no, sir. And you're.
Go ahead.
We're good.
I'm good.
What do you suggest, Mr. Champ? It's going to be my choice, but
It's your choice, Your Honor. I understand. It's a catch-22 for me because I've been knowing his dad for over 30 years. And I would have conversations with his father the whole time while he was on probation. And I would discuss it with Mr. Prevost, and he got upset with me because apparently his father kind of got into him for not doing right while on probation. So he told me he don't appreciate me discussing his business because he's a grown man with his father. And he was right. He was right. I take ownership for that, and I apologize to him for that. So moving forward, I stopped doing it. But to answer your question, Your Honor.
I'm going to just add something right there. Remember where you left off. You think that was wrong of him
Absolutely.
to try to see whatever he could do and try to get all resources in line to help you satisfactorily complete this probation, even if it meant talking to some other people like your family to try to help you across the finish line? Don't you think that was a good thing on his part? I think that's what makes this probation office very worthy. So I don't condemn them for doing whatever they feel like is reasonably necessary to help a probationer successfully complete probation. Okay, next. Go ahead.
At this point, Your Honor, I'm kind of baffled on what to recommend, honestly. Jail time is easy to recommend that or to be placed on a high, medium risk caseload.
He's done enough to
GPS.
get revoked and go to prison.
I'm sorry?
He's done enough to get revoked and.
He has, Your Honor. He has. I agree.
Not doing things and not doing things. It's a combination.
I'm sorry, using drugs illegally is an affirmative act.
Well, not doing things.
Thank you.
Community service, you're not complying as well.
Using drugs illegally is without my permission is an affirmative crime on my watch, which is I consider serious.
Very.
Go ahead. What state ask for?
I'm gonna be really candid,
Okay, that's a good thing.
and I've rarely said that to you, Judge. So honestly, I didn't think Mr. Prevost was going to make it this long on probation. When I look back at, and that's what I meant by being candid, sir. I'm going to be real honest with you. When I look at the offenses that were committed, Mr. Kimmerer was representing Mr. Prevost, and he talked me into the deferreds on these. The gunplay that was done that was involved in the original offenses had me greatly concerned. The reason why I agreed to the deferred probation was because the triggers were not pulled. However, he pulled the gun out on two different people on two separate different occasions, 6 months apart, showing a violent tendency. So I was very reluctant. I stand here, like I said, I was being candid. I didn't think it would make it. And we're looking at 3 years now being invested in trying to have success here. But it just seems here right at the end, it seems right here at the end, he's just all of a sudden, at least on what I've seen, tried to take back control and do things his way. Judge, I'm really bothered by the being told you
Okay.
can't take marijuana and he goes get the medical marijuana.
I get
Yeah,
this,
I just-
what your position is.
I don't like the idea of just throwing away what we've done over the last 3 years. That's the easy thing. My original notes was to suggest 5 years TDC for him. I'm willing to
That's with an affirmative
suggest,
finding, by the way, which would mean if 5 years, you have to do 2.5.
if the court is,
Before you're parole eligible.
if the court is not going to revoke him and is going to give him another opportunity here, I would ask you to do it under a held in abeyance scenario on a very short lease, where, in other words, we've got all these pleas of true here. I want to see how, if he's going to do something of any kind of a nature, that we can see how he responds in 90 days. And I don't want this medical marijuana approved.
Well, it has to be approved before you can use it by me.
I don't want it approved, Judge.
And I didn't do that. So, shame on you on that. Okay, I think I know what Mr. Kimmer's position, Mr. Champ.
I'm gonna defer the decision to the court at this
Sorry,
time.
here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna find that there is sufficient evidence supporting this motion in each these amended motions, first amended motions to revoke unadjudicated probation in each case as allegations 1, 2, 4, 5, and 8 have been proven true by a preponderance of the evidence or greater, as the defendant has admitted to those violations. And such is enough to find you guilty and sentence you in each case to run concurrently 20 years in prison. How much time did you say he said?
Out of 72 days.
So-
for the first cases.
What I'm going to do instead is continue this probation in each case. You're going to, you've had 72 days credit, you're going to do 180 days. You're going to do 108 days in the county jail as a condition of your probation to purge yourself on these foolish choices. But the court is has grown impatient with these kinds of mistakes because you know better. I don't want to hear another mistake. Okay. Especially choices using drugs without the court's permission. I mean, how foolish can that be? How wrong? You know, that's way off the reservation. The sentences you're looking at, you would serve 10 flat years on each of, in each case. If I've sentenced you to 20 years, you'd be in prison for 10 years before you can get parole. My goodness. Why would you flirt with that? Right?
So,
Doesn't make any sense. Well, failure is not an option from here on. Do you understand?
yes.
And we're going to,
Excuse me, I have a question.
yes,
Should he be placed on a high, medium
Yes.
risk case log?
yes.
Okay.
And is that as well as the other items, Judge, the GPS that was suggested? I'm looking for my notes on that. Here it
The
is.
GPS is, why are we doing the GPS again?
That's-
I'm more concerned
there's a-
about the drug usage.
Yes,
I
sir.
mean, well, the GPS, we know where he is, but have we had a problem with him leaving the jurisdiction without permission?
I think it was curfew.
It was for curfew.
The curfew is the reason why.
Is that a problem, Mr. Champ? You feel like?
No, sir, I think that can be ascertained.
Okay, then I'll save you money there. But
I think he's resolved everything else. And
we're testing him every time he comes in.
We haven't been because he hadn't been reported.
Yes, we will.
Okay.
You want to reset it for 6 months to review.
I always do, yeah. Yeah, we always do that, but.
All right.
But that's what's going to happen, sir, and try to work favorably with the probation office because he's very good at what he does, and we're very proud of his success rate and all the probation officers. They want success. Don't work against yourself.
Yes.
Work with him for success. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. All right. That's the orders of the court. You're taken into custody until you can complete this other term.
Hey, thanks for watching. Please do let us know in the comments what you thought of this video. If you'd like to support what we do here, the best way to do it is to pick up some of our merch. You can find it at courtroomfiles.com.